So I think I wanted to ask maybe about like he's trying to implement the neural network in the blockchain, and that's really appreciable. But what I didn't understand is like even in deep neural network you have to tune a lot of hyperparameters, right, to get optimal performance, right? So in EDA, if you want to make it better, you have to choose the hyperparameters very wisely, right? So is it that you are already doing it, or like you are trying to do it, trying to do the optimization parameter?
It's a very good question, actually. For the default parameter, we will do a lot of simulations. And for the default parameter, we will do a lot of simulations and to decide what is the optimum parameter. But effectively, the parameter we're going to choose, what I didn't mention is that we are actually using a standard error when we do the stats calculation. When we compare to epsilon, we actually compare the standard error to the epsilon. So basically, effectively, if the standard error is big, you said the standard error is big, you have many transactions laid onto the same time scale because you're doing the order. That's actually equal to you have a block. You know, in the block, you have a lot of transactions. Basically, the order of the transactions in the same block are the same. So if we increase the standard error or epsilon, we actually get more overlapped transactions. But that will increase the speed. But to really decide what parameters we're using for the main network, we need to do a lot of simulations, and we have strategies that we need to adopt to consider. That's going to be probably decided in the end of the year when we publish the mainnet. But on the other hand, you know, because these parameters, you make the EDA algorithm very flexible. So for anybody who want to use the EDA algorithm or use the Zilla, blockchain for their own purpose, for their own business, then you can you can adjust this parameter by your own usage. For example, you know, Dr. Zheng is an expert in risk control, right? If you do transactions, say you do very low-level transactions, maybe you want to set parameters relatively bigger, so the transaction speed is more important. On the other hand, if you need to transfer, you know, very secure transactions, or the value with a high, the transactions with a high value, then you can restrict the transactions, you know, reduce the fault tolerance rate, you know, to really increase your security. So I think this is the advantages of one part of the EDA. We also have other strategies that we didn't mention. So we also have an adaptive method to adjust the parameters based on the network status. It's exactly like you know, you adjust the difficulties in the POW. It's adjusted by the peer-to-peer knows how the status of the network decided by that. So we can also adjust the standard error based on the status of the network.
And one more thing is that I think these neural networks tend to work better when you have continuous variables, right? So if you have the voting as a continuous variable rather than having 0, 1, you will have a better result as a consensus, right? So are you planning to make it continuous or something like that? From turning 0, 1 to a continuous variable? Because what I saw in logistic regression or those kind of things, you turn 0, 1 to something between 0 and 1, which is continuous, right?
I'm not sure if I understand you correctly. If I understand you correctly, the order, the final result we want to establish is the order of the transactions. And it doesn't matter if there's a big gap between the transactions or there's smaller gaps. But eventually we get the order of the transaction. Is that
if the voting consensus has like the variables as 0 and 1, suppose I vote or not, it's the only binary variable. And if it is a continuous variable rather than, so I am likely to vote for 51% of time, not 49% of time.
Yeah.
So how do you want to tackle that part?
It is a continuous variable. You don't vote. You can vote 0, 1, or you can vote a probability. That's exactly the advantage of EDA, you know, because you only essentially, the reason we use the neural train structure is because you only talk a few people, and you get a whole picture of the network, right? Say, if we only talk 3 of you guys in the room, maybe that's little. I talk 10 of you guys in the room, but in total we have 50 people. And then I have a picture of what's the people in the room, but I can't be sure that my picture is exactly right. That's why we vote for percentage. And then by doing collaboration, I can talk to other people. You know, I ask them, who are the 10 guys you talk about? They tell me, oh, they talk about the other guys. They give me a percentage. Then the percentage or the probability added together, we get a bigger probability of the picture of the room. Did I answer your question?
I can ask one more. You were trying to mention a binary tree kind of thing, right, for heterogeneous forest network.
It's not a binary tree.
Does the idea come from the Markov tree of this one, or like, does the idea come from something
Else.
You mean the tree structure?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tree structure, originally we started actually with a binary tree, but that doesn't represent really what's the social governance structure. So the social governance structure has to be represented, you know, by the real social governance structure, which can be a tree in a chaos state. So the tree can have circles, but that's something we don't want in the computing graphics. That's why we actually, when we do the minimum cut, we have to really logically separate the rows. For that part, it's actually quite complicated. And we have several strategies, and we probably are going to publish that part in the form of paper. So, yeah.
Yeah, the guy from Stanford, of course, the question is hard.
Very, very hard question. You want to join us?
Anyone else have any questions?
Except when I'm over
Yes.
As far as marketing goes, are there any plans of? Sorry, I have a lot of voice.
As far as marketing, are there any future plans for Zio having this presentation in a conference, big conference or something like that?
Thanks for your question. We are going to make a world tour. Yeah, we name it SEA, a continental appraisal. Yeah, it's very complicated. I don't even know what's it meaning, but whatever. We are going to present our deep source and ideas, regarding to the technical part, not from my part. Yeah, they are most respectful people. Yeah, forget me, okay? And hopefully, at the end of June, we are going to attend a very big conference in Silicon Valley? Yeah, I heard about it. It was once held in January this year. Yeah, I just wonder if any one of you had attended it. But I know many members from community, they had attended that conference before. So that is why we think it will be important for us to present our deep source before thousands of people. Yeah, and I think next stop will be in London, and after that Melbourne and Singapore, and the final stop will be Shenzhen, because there is a huge population in China, and of course we, forbidden Chinese to get in, so they only have chance to buy on the market. Yeah, I think it's fair for the U.S. citizens. Yeah, okay, and after this world tour, I think basically Zella team will still keep focusing on the technology development, and many people suggest us to attend the the consensus conference next month. Yeah, hopefully we have time to get in. Yeah, but I'm not sure, because Vitaly Butlin have quit. Yeah, yes. So we are trying to get it if there is any chance. But anyway, we would like to invite you to join us the world tour to many different places because for San Francisco, it is our headquarters, which is aiming to explore the new algorithms, and London is the ecosystem foundation of Zella, and Singapore is more likely the industry foundation, and the final stop Shenzhen is the development, because you know Tencent, Huawei, and many big internet companies there, and so there are many very talented engineers and developers there. So we set up there, and of course the crypto world, the atmosphere there is very good. If you have any chance, welcome, and I will treat you with Zella beer. Yeah.